So let's talk about the Slumber Party Massacre II. Does it really deserve the hate it got a long time ago? I sincerely don't think so, but find out what I have to say about it in this review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to y'all as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1987 black comedy slasher sequel, Slumber Party Massacre II. Released by Concord Pictures, New Concord as it's known as, produced by Roger Corman, along with Don Daniel and Deborah Brock, who happens to be the director of this film. And starring Crystal Bernard in one of her first few films, or she may have done some other movies, I don't know. Anyway, the film follows Courtney from the first film, played by a different actress now, as she and her friends are attacked by a supernatural killer with a power-drilled guitar. Now, this film may have gone distant, what have you, but it has attracted a small cult following among fans of the slasher genre. Anyway, now, actually, Miss Bernard was in her mid-20s at the time this film was released. No wonder why they brought on some other gals to play, older gals to play teens and what have you, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we start by seeing Courtney Bates, who survived the events of the first Slumber Party Massacre, now a senior in high school. She decides to invite her big crush, Matt, to stay at a condominium for her birthday weekend, along with her friends Amy, Sheila, and Sally, who, of course, are a rock band, which actually, whether you know it or not, years later, Crystal Bernard would have a singing career in country music, as a matter of fact. Now, before I get back into this, of course, a lot of you would mostly know, Crystal Bernard from TV's Wings. This was still a bit, wouldn't be out for maybe another year in a few months, though Bernard was already currently a star on TV's It's a Living at the time, playing the character of Amy, which the show currently airs on Antenna TV. If you've not seen It's a Living, y'all check it out. The show recently celebrated its 40th anniversary not so long ago. Anyway, now they don't actually do the song thing because they got some other girl group to actually do the song. Well, do the songs and what have you. I can't remember the name of the group. I just know it because I watched Dead Meat's kill count of this. Anyway, upon arriving, two of the girls' boyfriends, Jeff and TJ, show up at the house. But that night, Courtney has a dream of the killer from the first film, who is now reincarnated as a greaser and armed with a drill bit guitar, and awakens on the kitchen floor. Well, apparently, it just turns into, I don't know. But anyway, let me get off the killer for a moment. But once they get into this kind of, man, believe me, the fun begins. They really party like crazy. But still, Courtney continues to have weird visions and what have you. And let me tell you, this killer is out of control in ways. But boy, he has a real rockabilly of a killer. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like, the drill killer from the first movie. But this one's just absolutely crazy and what have you. This movie does have a lot of good, well, fun humor and what have you, but some of it's hit or miss. More hit than miss. But that's from my point of view. You don't have to take my word for it. Anyway, her visions grow violent later that day, but she is comforted when Matt arrives. But boy, things just keep going hectic and what have you for Courtney. Even when she has a bit of an issue in the bathroom, and well, Sally, well, is having trouble with a zit on her face, and let me tell you, when she has weird visions of that zit growing bigger, and that blows out. That's sick, people. I tell you what. Oh boy, very sick. Excuse me, everyone. Anyway, but after that, well, they soon see that she's disappeared, and the group is unable to find her. But she later returns, having left to go to the store. And well, our our group is being well, sort of in a way scolded or something like that by two officers who happen to be whose last names are Kruger and Voorhees. Yep. Yeah, you better believe it. But it really starts to get really brutal when we see this killer and what have you. Apparently, Courtney has visions of her sister Valerie, who has been in a mental institution after the event, and seeing a vision of her getting killed by that same killer. But anyway, yeah, there's so many twists and turns in this. Now I'm going to get to the ending of this movie. You got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below to avoid ending spoilers. Okay, thank you for your understanding. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Well, Courtney and Matt are left alone, and soon he surprises Courtney with a birthday cake, and the two begin to have a little sex. But the killer shows up and impales Matt through the chest and chases Courtney downstairs, where he confronts a group who have just returned. Yeah, everybody tries to defend themselves, but he impales Sally with the drill, causing the phone to get destroyed. Well, Sheila and TJ flee after TJ gets, well, hit by the drill on his leg. The drill hits his leg, while Courtney, Amy, and Jeff leave in Jeff's car. But wouldn't you know it, Jeff is impaled by the killer, and Courtney and Amy flee back to the house. Sheila and TJ run to a nearby house for help, but you guessed it, the killer catches up to them, and TJ's killed. Sheila manages to return to the condominium, even though Courtney and Amy are kind of barricading themselves in one of the rooms. And that's when the greaser, rockabilly dude of a drill killer bursts into song, performing Let's Buzz. Oh boy, this is when it really gets fun and what have you. Well, they try to try and remove the barricade, but they were too late. Sheila already gets tortured with the drill. Soon, Courtney and Amy escape, but the killer pursues them to a construction site. And then we go into another song from that killer, which is Can't Stop Loving You. Oh boy, that is another killer tune. Well, apparently soon Amy loses her balance and is barely hanging on to Courtney, but the driller scares Courtney and Amy plummets to her death. Well, falls actually, not an actual plummet. But anyway, Courtney manages to try to get away and soon decides to give the killer something. And when he tells her to light his fire, she says that's just exactly what I'm gonna do. She uses an oxyacetylene torch to light the killer on fire, finally killing him. Anyway, sometime later, Courtney wakes up next to Matt, but he morphs into the killer. She then awakens inside a psychiatric ward, just like we see her sister in, and screams frantically as a drill bursts through the floor. And the credits roll. End of story, my friends. So, when I think of Slumber Party Massacre 2, I'm gonna say it's a so bad it's good movie. I mean, so the cast is, well, somewhat good. Of course, aside from Crystal Bernard as Courtney, we have Kimberly MacArthur as Amy, who, that happened to be a former Playboy playmate. Yeah, she was, let's see. Yes, Miss January in 1982, and she's been on several shows as well. Let's see. Playing Sheila is Juliet Cummins. Patrick Lowe as Matt. Heidi Kozak, who would later go on to play, let's see, what's her name again? Okay, who would go on to play Sandra in Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, plays Sally. Scott Westmoreland plays Jeff. Oh, wow. And Joel Hoffman is TJ. And Atanas Illich as the driller killer, who I thought was real good. But anyway, the story is, well, relatively good, but anyway. But the music, I'm going to say, was good. The score from Richard Cox was factually good, but it was the songs I heard, especially the ones from the Driller Killer, okay? So the question is, would I recommend Slumber Party Massacre 2? Well, let me put it this way. I'd say, hell yeah, sure, go ahead. And, well, in between hell yeah and sure, go ahead, give it a try. I mean, if you're a completionist, I think you should give it a try. It later had a third one that came out 3 years later, but I'm not reviewing that one though. I didn't quite care for it much. But anyway, this is a so bad it's good movie. You gotta see it. And that's gonna do it. So what did you think of Slumber Party Massacre 2? Please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below. Subscribe to my channel as well and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of the horror classic, The Evil Dead. Yeah, I'm going to tackle Sam Raimi's popular horror classic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Now, if you like this, check out these other fun-filled reviews. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of this film's predecessor, The Slumber Party Massacre. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of another black comedy slasher, that being Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. And the bottom left-hand corner is my recent, well, sort of a recent video I did earlier this year, excuse me for sounding like a broken record. Well, my back-to-back review of Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2, which I did earlier this year. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings on reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!